Now, what's the problem with Twitch as a platform? I've said this repeatedly, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it until they fix it. Twitch discovery is shit. Your chances of being discovered on Twitch are 0 to none. It is the worst discovery system that you ever could find.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's get started today. First episode of the Marbles Update, Season 2. 22. Season 22. So, today we're going to talk about harnessing the power of social media. Ooh. Yes. Harness it. It's so powerful. You're going to use it to help grow your stream in Marbles, right? That's the whole idea. Let's get that power in there. A few things first. Let's do some basic housekeeping since we just have a new season that started. I just want to go over some basic housekeeping things. Energy system has been changed, as you can see. It is still technically the same. There's just more tiers added, right? So tiers 1 through 25, meaning your first 100 races, are still going to be 4 tiers. Your tiers 26 through 36 are still going to be 8 races, 8 energy back, 4 tiers, 4 energy back for the first 100 races. But now there's a new addition of tiers 37 through 42, which I'm going to credit to LT because he is the one who pushes the meta like this, and he was the one who was trying to get at Pixel and talking to Pixel about it. So I'm pretty sure this is the reason why we have this 12 race tier. So from the tiers 37 to 42, it's 12 races per tier, 12 energy back. Pretty big, actually. So shout out to LT. I'm pretty sure he's the reason why it got changed over to 12 races and we got these extra tiers. What else? Streamer rewards this season. Streamer rewards. I do not believe there is a skin this season for the streamer rewards, which is kind of different. This is the first season that I can recall in recent memory where streamer rewards didn't equip the skin. Hi Pathgar. Hi Pinball Wiz. Yeah, this is the first season I don't think that we've gotten a streamer skin for the reward challenges, but this is the look at all the coins that you could be getting. Up to 500 coins if you get 200,000 XP, which is, I mean, it's a lot of races. It's a lot of streaming, but definitely worth it. 500 coins, dang. And those are the quick housekeeping things. So I wanted to dive in right away to the importance of, so this episode is about how you can use social media to help grow your stream and also grow Marbles in general and how important it is. As you all know, Marbles on stream only exists on Twitch. You can only play it on Twitch. The API with the chat doesn't work on any other platform other than Twitch. So most people, I think, spend all of their content creation focused on Twitch as a platform. Now, what's the problem with Twitch as a platform? I've said this repeatedly, and I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it until they fix it. Twitch discovery is shit. Your chances of being discovered on Twitch are 0 to none. It is the worst discovery system that you ever could find. We're lucky we play at Marbles, and also that our viewers tend to scroll down. At least a lot of the competitive players tend to scroll through the category looking for races to get into. But in general, Twitch discovery is the worst you can find on any social media platform. They invested 0 money, I think, in my opinion, on trying to help people get discovered on Twitch. You're already either famous or you're lucky enough to somehow get stumbled into being discovered. It's just like the worst platform you could be on when it comes to discovery. People don't find your stream on Twitch usually. That's just in general. Marbles, like I said, has a slight advantage in that since there aren't as many Marble streamers and our viewers tend to scroll through the category looking for stuff. But in general, getting discovered on Twitch, I mean, don't count on it. It just doesn't happen. You're lucky sometimes you might get a raid and people will find you or a host or something like that. But in general, it's very hard for someone just to go to the Marbles website, not Marbles, the Twitch website and find your stream. It's just, there's not even like an algorithm to help you really like get discovered, kind of. It's like the things that it shows you on the homepage is like, oh, who are your favorites and stuff like that, or who you're following and stuff like that. It's very rarely that they suggest anybody, like, in general, that you haven't been following. So I just think that it's one of the weaker points in Twitch, and that's why it's so incredibly important for you to venture out in other social media. So like, what is the idea and what is the use of your social media outside of Twitch? Why do you need to push on those things? Well, discovery is one. How does it work? Think of social media and other social media platforms as like different ways of bringing traffic to your Twitch stream. Your Twitch stream is your main content, right? Your goal on these other social media platforms is to funnel in traffic and people into your social media. That's the first, into your Twitch channel. That's the first goal, right? Your second goal then is to build relationships. Your second goal is to essentially establish more of a relationship with the people that are already in your community and your viewers, right? That's the second part of your social media, right? It's essentially, you're not going to be streaming 24/7 every single day, right? That's just not feasible for most of us. So when you're not on Twitch, your social media platform is your best way to contact and reach and interact and socialize with your community that already exists, or any other new people who might be coming in. People might come to your Twitch channel, or they might get a follow or whatever to your Twitch channel. But when they go to your Twitch channel, you're not on and you're not live, but they want to see your content, right? So how do they see your content? Sure, they can look at your VODs. Sure, they might look at your clips, but what's the best way to do it? What's the best way to get highlights of it? Other social media platforms. What's the best way for them to interact with you and have instant connection and instant interactions with you? Other social media platforms when you're not on Twitch, right? So it's like a twofold thing. One, to help you get discovered, help bring more traffic in. Two, to help you deepen the connection and the relationship you already have with your community. So far, so good. You guys are all with me? No one lost? You understand how important now it is to have it? And I think just in general, if you understand the meta and how important it is, most of us right now, and this is obviously there's exceptions, but the vast majority of us streaming marbles right now have a really big viewership problem, right? Aside from the fact that a lot of our views sometimes don't count. That's a whole nother video that I've done before. But the second thing is marbles is like, we're hitting a viewership plateau currently, right? Obviously, a lot of outside things going on, warmer weather, COVID lockdown coming to an end, people getting vaccinated, but a lot of social things on it. But now is the time to work hard and get on these other platforms to help drive traffic and help bring more people to marbles and your stream in general, right? Don't rest on your laurels in this quote unquote downtime. Create your own uptrend, okay? So we're stuck at this, most of us are stuck at this 50 viewer cap kind of. We can't seem to break past that ceiling, right? So in order for us to be able to grow more as both a game, as a community, and yourself as a streamer, you need to be able to venture out in these other avenues and these other platforms. Each platform is its own meta. Each platform has its own ins and outs and things like that. You have to learn how to master each platform and put content on all these different platforms. And we're going to go over a bunch of these major platforms as well. But in general, right now, there's not enough people coming into marbles in the marbles community and playing marbles for the majority of us to grow any larger. We're kind of stuck. But yeah, like I said, consider these other platforms as avenues and as funnels towards your main content, which is your Twitch channel. You get them to, you get their attention with using these other platforms. And then when they digest and use and watch and use some of these other platforms and interact with you, then you drive the traffic and their viewership of new people to come into your Twitch channel, which is like your main platform and your main channel where you're doing stuff and the main part that you're trying to grow. Content creation for marbles, I think the problem with us is that we have problems with secondary content creation. What is secondary content creation, right? Your main content creation obviously is you streaming marbles. Your secondary content creation is stuff that's not live while you're streaming marbles. So like, how do you create content for stuff to put on other platforms that is not just your stream, right? Anyone, of course, can like record their stream and then upload it onto like YouTube or any other platform. That's fine, right? But it requires you to be good at it. It requires you to kind of think in a different way when you're streaming. Okay. And that's the most important part, is that I understand we're multitasking as streamers as it is. You're running races. You might be running another game. You might be talking to chat. You're trying to do the cam work. Your alerts are going off. People are subbing bits or whatever. There's already a lot of multitasking. So you're like, oh, GJC, I'm already doing so much work. Why are you wanting me to do more work? I feel like I'm a very active participant in my stream. But you have to be able to train your mind, I guess, and discipline yourself to the idea of while you're streaming, you're constantly looking for chances to create secondary content. That's like really important. And I'll break it down to you for a good example. This is actually something that one of my friends told me, and like kind of my streaming mentor. Celissa, who's like a huge Hearthstone streamer, she went to a Hearthstone summit last year. This is like right before lockdown, I believe. She went to a Hearthstone summit, and one of the things the Hearthstone summit had as a like kind of a discussion or talk was about the use of social media, right? And kind of the breakdown between the two different types of streamers that are out there, at least for Hearthstone. I think Marbles kind of applies to this too, all right? And in general, streaming has these two different types. There are two different types of streaming, right? There's streamers who are grinders, quote unquote, people who are online streaming several hours a day, and quote unquote grinding it to try to grow their stream. And that's like incredibly important, I think. There's definitely people who do that. Then there's people who stream and then when they're done with streaming, their goal of streaming is to make secondary content. Meaning like, yes, I'm streaming, I'm interacting, but the main goal is to create secondary content while I'm streaming and reuse that on other platforms to help get me discovered and to help drive more traffic back to my main platform, which is Twitch. How does that work? Right? A great example for us then would be like clips. Like what's a quick thing that you could use to push on secondary content? Twitch clips, right? Fun, great moments that can be captured in small little digestible content. Use that tool that you have, your Twitch clips, as a starting point to what you can use and put on secondary content and secondary platform. You have like a button actually in your dashboard that will clip things, and there's also different shortcuts to help you clip things, or you could have mods to help you clip things. Clips are like the easiest way for you to push secondary content onto like other platforms. There's obviously other things you could do with Marbles too, but I want to just like give you like a good starting point, right? Is that like think about using clips as like a good start point to finding other ways to get content on other platforms. But yeah, the idea I guess is to be mindful when you're streaming. Find those good moments in your regular streams that you could use, and good things that happen in your stream, like exciting moments, funny moments, things like that, and try to be able to use that content and push it out to other platforms. I think that's like the kind of the mindset that you have to be able to turn on. You know, it's about being a proactive streamer. It's going to take a lot of practice. I obviously get caught up a lot in my stream. I know most streamers get caught up and you get excited and you forget to do things like that. But it's something that's going to take practice. It's something you got to keep in the back of your mind as you're streaming. Like, oh, that was a really cool moment. I'm going to clip it and I'm going to push it out on other content later on. Right? That's how it all starts, kind of. Obviously, you could build other content outside of that, and we're going to get into discussions about that in a second. But I think that's just a good start point. This is the idea of putting your mindset in where I am streaming right now, but I'm also constantly looking while I'm streaming and being active, looking for opportunities to get secondary content to put out on other platforms. The next thing you do is you come up with a plan. What is it that I want each of these platforms to be like, right? Every platform has its own style, own meta, as I was saying, but you come up with a different plan as to how you want to approach a different platform, right? Every single one was going to have, you're going to need a new plan as to how it is that you want to like kind of, I would say like prune or grow your social media presence on that platform, right? So have a plan. I'll give you a good example. For me, my Instagram, for example, is very little, it has nothing to do with Marbles. My Instagram is for people who want to see like a personal side of me, right? People follow me on Instagram to see my family life, my daily life, and personal things about me. I don't put any Marbles stuff on it because it gives me a chance, to connect with my viewers on a slightly more personal level than I could on any other platforms like Twitter or Twitch in general. So you get like kind of a behind the scenes look at my platform, and I purposely made that. But it's not to say I can't create some other, like a Marbles only account for Insta or whatever, which, you know, it's something everyone should consider as well. If you have like a personal account, but you want to make a stream account for any of these social media platforms, it's a pretty smart idea in general. But like I said, come up with a plan. What is it that you want to be seen on that platform? How is it that you want to interact with people on each platform? It's very important for you to go into it with a plan. So what kind of content am I going to put on these platforms? We already said You love the background? Thank you so much. What other platforms or what other content can you put on these platforms? Where I said Twitch clips, right? Another tip, stock up on pictures. Pictures are incredibly useful. And I'm talking like, this is like a tip from just social media, from like Instagram models, all right? Tons of people on social media, what they do is they take pictures, tons of pictures. Doesn't even have to take pictures about marbles in general, but stock up on pictures that you can not randomly, but you could put and use regularly on social media, right? So it's nice to have that ability to stock up on pictures. These could be pictures in your life, daily life, because these can be stream pictures. Just have like a folder full of pictures and things like that and videos that you're ready to put up any single time, right? I think that's like one of the tips that I can give you as far as like having kind of like a stockpile of things and you're not sure. What are these pictures? They could be pictures of anything, honestly, right? They could be cool, a stockpile of cool clips that you have, you know? Don't worry about essentially, be less worried about relevancy and recent, right? Like even if you have a clip that's like a couple of months old or a couple of weeks old, that's okay because somebody might not have seen that clip before or might not have visited your stream in a while. So it's okay to put slightly older content and reuse, and that's on there. I think there's kind of like a misconception that you have to put out the newest thing all the time. There's nothing that says that. Like stock up on a list of clips that you can put on, you know. It's more about consistency and regularly putting stuff out than necessarily stuff that's always current, right? So consider that. Clips in movies and videos are also great. Consider using things like Giphy, making GIFs. Is a GIF? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Is it Jiffy or Giphy? Well, anyways, consider turning those movies also into other forms of media, not just pictures and movies, but you can use GIFs. GIFs are very fun, interactive, short, can be posted on different types of platforms very easily. Social media, also get promotional stuff, even if it's small promotional things like your weekly schedule or just a promotion on your promotional media for your stream for that night, whether it's like, oh, I'm doing a marbles update, for example, you know, or I'm going to do a Tilted Tuesday or Thirsty for Tale Thursday. Get promotional media ready to be put on your different platforms. That's another very important use for it. Don't forget that your game, the Marbles on Stream game itself, is an incredibly powerful tool for creating content. Most of us see it on a very surface level, at least new people, that's like, oh, I'm just racing and that's it, interacting. What you forget to notice is that the game is incredibly beautiful. This background, taken from the Marbles on Stream game. This is the new skybox, right? You have all these visually appealing things that the game has already put in you. Beautiful trails, beautiful skins, beautiful movements and actions and things like that. Use the game to create secondary content. It is your most powerful tool that you have at your fingertips to create secondary content. Whether if it's just like a background poster or like what I'm using, or whether it's to make cool movies that are visually appealing. Things of that sort are great for eye-catching, and they're great to change it up, right? A lot of people are like, well, I don't know if I'm like what I should put out there and things like that. Your game is your best tool for creating secondary content to push out on other platforms. So keep that in mind, right? You're like, oh, I might want a cool background. Well, this is a great background from the game, right? Maybe I want to feature some like really cool looking marbles as part of a movie. There you go. Go in there and play with the cam, record some fun things, make cool videos out of it. Your game is the most powerful tool you have to create secondary content. Whether it's something small or something big, or you want to feature the game or just use it as a background. Tons of things you can use in the game to help you create content. And finally, a lot of the things that you could do also as just in general, as far as creating content and exposure, is that don't be afraid to embrace what's going on in current trends on a platform. For example, if TikTok has like, I don't know, a challenge of some sort, you know, a dance challenge and things like that, like have fun with it, embrace it, use it, because you never know, even if it's not marbles content by itself, it could still create a connection with somebody, whether it's in your community or someone new, that could also drive traffic into your Twitch stream. We're going to break down a few of the different platforms, actually. So let's get to it. Discord, incredibly powerful. It's a must. There is no reason why you're streaming and you don't have a Discord. There should be no reason. It is an absolute must for you to make a Discord. Okay, what is Discord exactly? Discord is it's like almost like a chat room kind of feel to it, and has different channels and things like that. You could see on the left side. It's a must. Every single streamer should have a Discord channel of their own, right? It's essentially chat room style interaction with threads. You could put in videos, pictures, GIFs, things like that. Very interactive. Great for moderation. Has wonderful moderation tools. It's a really well built out social media platform. Has the ability to DM, voice call, video call. Allows you to stay in touch with people in general. It's very good because a lot of the major things that you want to be staying in touch with, such as the studio, the Pixel by Pixel Marbles creator, Pixel by Pixel Studios, which creates marbles, they have a Discord channel, as you can see, of their own. Great place for you to keep up with news. It's honestly the most commonly used way for other people in the community, in the marbles community, and also streamers to interact with each other as far as DMing and things like that. It's the preferred way, right? It's essentially a platform made for gaming. Social media platform just for gaming, right? It's everything about it is made kind of geared towards gaming. It even has the ability to share screen, so you could actually even stream from it technically. But it's a very solid platform. It's one that I think if you're streaming, you need a Discord. There's no reason why you're streaming and you don't have a Discord chat. You need a Discord channel of your own. So tons of videos, tons of tutorials on how to create it. Wonderfully built platform. Like, it's a must. There's no reason why you shouldn't have it. Let's see. Next, Twitter. Another must. Look at that. Twitter, another must. Twitter, there is another thing. There is no reason why you should be streaming on Twitch and don't have a Twitter. Twitter is the most common way for the majority of us who are not in your Discords and not interacting in Discord. This is the way we interact. Most streamers interact on Twitter. There's no reason why you're streaming and you shouldn't have Twitter. You must have a Twitter if you're streaming. This is the best way for us to interact with you outside of your stream and outside of your Discord channel. It's incredibly useful. A lot of people use it. It's essentially thread style social media, as you could see, with a live feed of its own. Twitter has got its own kind of its own beast, right? It's a public forum in general, so like anyone could see your Twitter accounts. I don't know why you would make a private Twitter account. It doesn't make any sense, at least not from a growing stream kind of thing. The whole point is to get exposure, right? So make sure your Twitter account is a public one. So it's a public forum to let pretty much anyone comment and interact with you. It's great for exposure in many ways, and the reason why I'll explain it to you is because Twitter is one of those things that the Twitter feed, the way it works is if it not only shows things that you post, but also shows things that you like as well. So people who follow you on Twitter will see the things that you like as well. But what does that mean? That means you got to be more mindful as to kind of grooming and creating your Twitter content, right? So don't go around, if you're one of those guys who likes a lot of good looking ladies on Twitter, don't go around liking and hearting every single scandalous pic that you can find. Or if you're somebody, let's say, who's maybe of a political mind, and you're interested in politics or whatever, and then you start liking a bunch of things that are controversial or topics and stuff like that, that's a very quick way, because of the customizations that you have on Twitter with your feed. It's a very quick way for you to get muted by people. So be mindful of what you're putting out there as far as Twitter. Be mindful that when you like something, people can see that you liked it. Like, it'll show up on their Twitter feed. It's a double-edged sword. The good thing is that means that it can help you essentially. It can help show your interaction with other people in the community as far as streamers and other viewers and stuff like that. It helps you cross promote a lot. It's very useful in that way. So if I say, for example, if I like something that Spoo posts or something, or Jay posts right here that she's going live, somebody else who's following me will be able to see that, and helps me kind of cross promote with other creators and other people who are on Twitter. It's very useful in that sense. The downside is if I like something scandalous, or I like something that's not necessarily not relevant to somebody else who's following me, they have the option, if I put too much of that, they have the option of, let's say, muting me. They're still following me, but they won't see any of my likes or any of my posts. So, double-edged sword, understand how to use Twitter properly. Twitter also, aside from just posting pictures and threads and movies and stuff like that, Twitter now has like a fleet which is like short little movie clips, and we'll go into that too. That's very similar to something that we're going to go over in another platform. But it has now little, like, they're called fleets. They're like short little clips of movies. So yeah, in general, be mindful of what you're posting on Twitter, what you're liking, things like that. Everyone sees it. Next, YouTube. Another one that's a must, okay? Why is YouTube so incredibly important? First of all, YouTube is a video platform, mostly. It's for videos, but now they're starting to do short little videos as well, and pictures, and more of social media style, Twitter, like small little feeds as well. So they have that ability now. It's part of YouTube, but it is the main competitor to Twitch. I mean, honestly, there's no other platform out there that's even close to touching Twitch. And actually, I would say YouTube is further ahead along in the social media and the streaming game and the video like business than Twitch in many ways. It's incredibly powerful. It has the best discovery algorithm in the social media. It's incredibly smart. The problem with it right now is there's very little Marbles content. Just like all these other platforms in general, there's just very little Marbles content. I mean, not to toot my own horn, I'm pretty much one of the only people. Me, Shens, there's a handful of people who regularly put out videos, but there's just very little people putting out stuff on YouTube, and it baffles me. This is a must. If you're a Marbles streamer, you need to create a Marbles content like YouTube. You need to put stuff out on YouTube. I can't stress to you how incredibly important it is. I've been putting videos out on YouTube for about a year now. Only now I'm starting to see like the benefits of it. I know it's going to take a lot of commitment to put videos out on it, and that's part of it. But let me tell you, once you grow it, you won't believe how many people nowadays are coming and be like, hey, I saw your video on YouTube, like, and I really liked it, and that's why I'm here to check out your channel. You're going to start seeing the rewards of that. Second of all, Marbles can't grow without more people on YouTube. Things that happen when you search Marbles on stream. Look at it. Do you know any of these people really when you search Marbles on stream? None of these people are really regular Marbles streamers. Ludwig, XQC, John. Sure, John is a regular Marbles streamer. But in general, okay, there's me, Shens. In general, very few people, and these videos are stupid old. 1 year old, 1 year old, 2 years old. These videos are all stupid old too. All right? There is really zero, like very little to zero content right now on YouTube. So it's wide open for you to create. What we need right now is we need more YouTube content so that we're able to connect with other Marble streamers, right? So when somebody watches my how to set up Marbles, for example, video, after the video is over, because of the way Twitch algorithm works, it's more likely to suggest somebody who's not a regular Marble streamer than it is to suggest someone who is a regular Marble streamer. That's just because there aren't a lot of content being made by regular Marble streamers. Like, it's going to suggest like this 90K view video, right? Because that's just the way the algorithm works. In order for us to get more content and more discovery for Marbles, and for Marble streamers who are regular Marble streamers, they need to regularly put out content on YouTube. That way, when the video's done, when my video's done, it might suggest a Shen's video, it might suggest somebody else who's like in the Marbles community, who's putting content out regularly. But it takes a lot of work for all of us to essentially play the algorithm and play the game that is on YouTube. Understanding how to harness that algorithm and how to work with that algorithm is the key to getting discovered on YouTube, is the key to getting views on YouTube, is the key to getting people to drive traffic back to your Twitch channel, right? But that can't be done by me alone or Shens and other people who put YouTube. That needs to be a whole like community effort to regularly put YouTube content out there in order for it to drive traffic back to the regular Marbles community, as opposed to people who only play one game or play the game for a day and then put out a video or whatever. Like, that does no good for us. It's great to get exposure, sure, but that doesn't really help any of us in the long run, right? So keep that in mind. YouTube, a must. I can't stress to you, an absolute must. This should be your number one priority. If you already have a Discord, most of us have a Discord, most of us have a Twitter. This is your next platform you should try to get on, is YouTube. All right? I can't stress to you how incredibly important it is. Second of all, very versatile. Things like moderation, things like that. Comments, turning things on and off as far as comments and stuff like that. Flagging inappropriate comments. very good at it. Essentially the platform for putting videos and interacting with video. So it's been built out after, several decades now, several years. So a lot of the things that I wish Twitch had, I could actually find on YouTube. Second of all, DMCA. It takes care of all that DMCA bullshit. Honestly, if I had the opportunity to stream marbles on YouTube, I probably would. But it doesn't work, like I said, with the API on YouTube. So that's why I don't stream it on YouTube. But it doesn't worry about DMCA because the software flags any DMCA music and demonetizes those videos. Right now, you're not worried about, most of us aren't worried about monetizing our YouTube channel. We're just trying to grow it. So that might be something you think about later. But let's say you put on a video that has like a that has something that's copyrighted music, it will automatically flag it and demonetize it for you. Here, I can show you guys my YouTube studio. We'll see if we find out. Here we go. So you'll see like restrictions over here. You'll see it says visibility, public, and then restrictions, right? So we'll scroll down here. Okay, here's one that has a restriction on it. Copyright claim, partial copyright claim. During this video, I played a little bit of copyrighted music, right? Or something along those lines. So it's blocked in certain regions. I believe the region that it was blocked in is in Turkey. I don't know why, but that's just an example, right? But that doesn't mean that they delete your video or they mute your home video. It's just blocked in certain places. It means that you can't monetize it sometimes when it's a copyright song. So here's another one, copyright claim. Ineligible due to copyright claim. So it doesn't make you any money. But for most of us right now, we're not trying to make money off of our YouTube videos. We're just trying to grow that platform and get noticed on that platform. We're just trying to pump videos out, right? But wonderful in that sense that it's already taking care of copyright issues. Something that Twitch is severely lacking in and falling behind. Probably because they don't care too much about it. They've had years of warning. DMCA, totally another different video. We're not going to talk about it. But I do have a video about DMCA. Okay. After YouTube, Instagram. Talked about Instagram already. It is mostly for pictures, owned by the big company known as Facebook, but mostly about pictures. It also has short things like Insta stories. Here you can see short little Insta stories. This would be at BlizzCon a few years back. There's DJ Hodor. So it has short little videos that you could put on Insta stories as well as pictures, videos. For me, like I said, I put very personal stuff like me and my niece, videos of my niece, and it's more of a personal look, and that's the way I wanted my my Instagram to be. But you come up with a plan of what it is that you want. You could create an Insta channel or account just for marbles as well, which I don't have, but I probably should. But for me, I want it to be like a personal look kind of behind kind of my life, sort of. So I post pictures of the view that I have, my family, things like that. Mostly it's my niece. She's adorable, so that's why I post pictures of her. Food, things like that. Picture of Jay at TwitchCon. So it's a very personal, for me, it's a personal look into my life. And that's what I use Instagram for. Also very powerful, very, very popular, obviously. Been around for a long time, more than a decade now, I believe. Instagram works in a feed style also. Pictures that go on a feed, but at the top, there's little Insta short stories that you could look at. There's Ming. Oh, let's check out what Ming's doing. Ming puts out great Insta stories. You guys, short little things like that. Oh, another thing that's very interesting actually is if on social media for Twitter, there's like a promote button. You don't see it here, but when you're on your phone, there's a button that says promote. And that's one of the things that you could help grow your Instagram presence as well, is there's a promote button. Make sure your account is under a content creator account. There's settings in that. You can figure it out, and I'm sure I did it as well. It's pretty easy, but you change your settings for your account to a content creator account, and then you have a promote button now available. So when you post something, you could hit the promote button and help promote your post. I don't know if it's free or if you have to pay. I think it's free. Because of the way that Instagram is made, though, and the way that it's a feed style, it is even more important for you to create content that could instantly grab somebody, right? Because look how fast most people scroll through Instagram. This is like how fast I regularly scroll. Like everyone goes through Instagram stupid fast, especially if they're on a phone. They're going fast. So it's even more important for you to create content that can grab people's attention because of how fast it is that people are scrolling through Instagram. So keep that in mind. Next, which we'll get to, and this kind of we touched about, TikTok. I mean, I think there's no question right now. TikTok is the new king when it comes to social media. It's another one that you should really consider about making. Instagram, more traditional in many ways. TikTok, that's the new king. And this is the new big man on campus. There's, I think, hesitation because especially with new things that are coming up and growing, you're not sure if you want to do it or not. But I highly recommend everyone consider creating a TikTok. TikTok, most people are like, oh, it's for young people. Oh, it's just people dancing around. So much more to it than that, right? TikTok, what it is, it essentially is a video after video of short little clips, 15-second clips, right? And we talked about this. How do you take your content from your like clips from your own stream and put it on TikTok? It's very quick. There's tons of websites that actually will convert your Twitch clips into TikTok stuff and help you upload it immediately. I'm sure you could check that out. Actually, I have one. I will put that in the comments or in the description below for the YouTube channel. But there is actually a few different places that will automatically change your Twitch clips into stuff that's you could put on TikTok. And what's great about TikTok is because of the format, short little videos, which then could be put onto other platforms such as Instagram with these Insta stories. You could just easily put these on your Insta stories as well, which is up there. So what's great about TikTok is like the stuff you make for TikTok can be easily uploaded into the short little video section of other platforms such as Fleet for Twitter. YouTube has those now, little short video clips as well. Instagram has those. I think at this point, your goal at TikTok is like all the goals. It's more about directing traffic to your mainstream, getting someone's attention, whether that's through a dance, whether that's through a cool video in Marbles, what's a funny clip, whatever, things like that. But don't think about it too much as have fun with it, right? Do things like dancing and funny, goofy things that you do on TikTok. Have fun with it because it's not so much about like being embarrassed, but more about being able to have that secondary interaction with your community and also just driving traffic into your mainstream. But I think because of how fast and how big TikTok is getting, it's something that we all need to seriously consider expanding into. Every social like media has its value, right? But this one is like the new one, and you really, 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 really should consider making a TikTok. It's one of those things that's like there's no harm in not in doing it, right? You'll have to work kind of hard at it in the sense that there's so many people going through TikTok right now, but I think the rewards that you reap from it are probably going to be worth it in the long run. I know a lot of people probably would not necessarily have been able to grow their stream without using TikTok. And like I said, bite-sized, manageable videos, easy to upload on other social media platforms. That's the advantage of TikTok. Next, Reddit. Reddit is thread-like, mostly videos, pictures, links, things like that. Reddit, unfortunately, has a terrible reputation of being incredibly toxic sometimes. So it will require you to have a more control as far as moderation goes. You have to pay a little bit more attention to it. But in general, Reddit is wide open for Marbles. There is no real Marbles on stream Reddit presence whatsoever. I actually don't feel like I've ever really seen anything for Reddit for Marbles on stream. So if you're somebody who uses Reddit and you're familiar with the platform, I highly suggest you start doing stuff on it because right now there's nobody else in competition with you. Obviously, and you have the ability to kind of grow the Marbles community presence on Reddit. Yeah, you have the ability to grow it essentially and kind of guide that ship. If you want to take advantage and take harness and like take it by the reins, Reddit is a platform that is wide open with Marbles. There's really no Marbles Reddit. So if you're somebody who's familiar with that platform, I highly suggest it. Like I said, it's thread-like, got pictures, videos, links, and things like that, but it will require a little bit more moderation and paying attention, I think, than most other platforms. After that, we have Wikipedia. Wikipedia and things like Wikipedia of sorts, a great way for you to grow Marbles as well. right now, I don't think there's much of a Marbles on Stream Wikipedia presence, but, and I'm not talking specifically the brand name Wikipedia, but I'm talking about platforms that are similar to Wikipedia, where there you could put articles about different things and stuff like that. I know other games like Stream Raiders, Grand Theft Auto, things like that, they all have Wikipedia pages, which are like fan-made, fan-curated articles and stuff like that. It's actually very, very useful if you're somebody who's more articulate in writing, that you can like take advantage of that as well. So that's another platform. Not a lot of people doing stuff for it, but if you want to create wiki pages for Marbles on Stream, I think it's something that's definitely needs to grow and that people can take advantage of. So if you want to be the guy who's like the guy from Marbles Wikipedia, that spot is wide open. If you want to be the guy for Reddit, Marbles Reddit, that spot is open. So take advantage. But yeah, you understand Wikipedia articles, educational articles, usually about a game or something like that, help. A lot of guides can be put on Wikipedia as well. Facebook on a downtrend a little, also has the ability to create short little videos like you see up here, similar to TikTok, Insta Fleet on Twitter. Slight downtrend, I will admit. The advantage of Facebook though, is everyone has a Facebook, right? Pretty much everyone has a Facebook. Do you check it regularly? No. But in a way, it has a larger reach than almost any other traditional social media platform. Downside, expect everyone from your grandma to your high school sweetheart to show up your stream randomly because, you know, over the years, you've probably liked and became friends with tons of people from high school, from college, wherever, from work and whatever. So it is, in many ways, it'll drive traffic to people who are more, who have been in your life in the past. It's not like strangers. It's more likely that people coming into your channel through Facebook are people that you know in real life. Some of us don't like that. I personally am a little bit shy when it comes to that. I don't really advertise as much on Facebook, but definitely something you could take advantage of to drive traffic in. Obviously, you could create Marbles on Stream specific Facebook page, but my Facebook page is my personal page, so that's why I don't really put too much Marbles on content. I don't put any Marbles content on it because it's only my friends that I'm friends with. But doesn't mean you can't use that to your advantage because, like I said, most people have a Facebook. So your chances of people seeing it is a lot higher, I think. And a lot of people who see it who are part of your family, your life, and have been in your life, there's a higher chance of that as well. Not to be dismissed. Snapchat. Snapchat. Short videos, just like TikTok. Snapchat on a downtrend, kind of died out ever since TikTok showed up. Problem with Snapchat is discovery is a little bit more difficult. Usually Snapchat is more personal in the sense that it requires people to accept friends and invitations to your Snapchat. So it's good in the sense that it's provides a more personal and intimate connection with your stream and with people in your community, meaning like, oh, if you are, you know, a sub or somebody in my community, here's my Snapchat, you can follow me on Snapchat as well. There's obviously Snapchat stories as well, but each single person who follows you usually requires an accepting of a friend invite. And also the problem is like, because it's so personal and short-lived, because snaps don't stay that long, that it is lower on the discovery end, but higher on the personal interaction end. So you create stronger bonds and relationships with your community and your viewers with Snapchat. I think it's more intimate in that sense. And that's the advantage of Snapchat. Next, we have Cast. What is Cast? Cast is actually kind of an outlier in the sense that it's not a traditional social media platform. Cast is used for hosting movies and content. You could watch movies and whatever you want. It's essentially the same tool, similar to like a screen capture. It's a screen capture device, so it lets you screen movies or videos or whatever it is you want from your desktop and share it with a private chat. So in the set, it's another tool again. It's not necessarily so much for discovery, but more for connection and things that you could do with your community. So incredibly useful in that sense, watching a movie together. Advantages, it doesn't take as much effort for you to interact, meaning you're not streaming, but you're still interacting with your chat and your community. You guys can enjoy something and watch something together, and it's like it's again another level more intimate relationship with your community. It's another thing that you can do that's intimate with your community. And again, that all those interactions create more bonds with your community as well. Let's see, after that, we have another social media platform you can actually consider using is Steam. Steam for Marbles on Stream has a community thing, as you could see, the community tab. Here you could see a bunch of stuff posted by people in the community about marbles. The downside is I don't know how many people look at it per se. The upside is that everyone who downloads the game has Steam built in. So things like this, it has things like discussions, screenshots, artwork, different places for you to post other social media and secondary media on. Incredibly useful in many ways. Like I said, I don't know how much people really look at it on a regular basis, but what's good about it is that everyone who has downloaded the game has Steam already installed. So interaction here could actually help grow your Twitch stream as well. Easily accessible for anyone who's already downloaded the game. All right, next. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna show this, but I will talk about it because I don't want to get the, I don't want to get in Monka TOS situation. Next is we're gonna talk about the kind of the pay for play channel social media platforms, which is Patreon, So Close, OnlyFans. These are like subscriber style platforms, social media platforms. Advantages and disadvantages of all these. Most of these are for pics and videos, sometimes more. There's DMs involved in social interaction. But when I say pay for play is there's a lot of times most of these social media platforms require a subscription for you to access whatever content. So there's like a paywall. Not to say all of them have it, but there is a paywall. Downside is a lot of these social media platforms such as OnlyFans, Patreon, So Close, they have a bad reputation of being mostly for not safe for work content. Though you don't have to post not safe for work content, but that's just the reputation that it has. It's being used heavily in that realm, but doesn't mean that you can't use it for other reasons, right? If you're a cosplayer, even if you just like taking pictures or videos and things like that, all of those platforms are very good for that. It's another way for you to earn income as well, aside from just your regular Twitch stream, is just, again, another layer of like extra intimacy and extra connection that you have with your community. You don't have to use, like I said, it doesn't have to be not safe for work stuff. It could be just different things. Patreon has different things that you could do. It could be things like gift baskets or other rewards that you want to give to your subscribers who are Patreon. Most of these platforms are also incredibly intelligent in the sense that they've taken the step to be able to monetize your content in a way that a lot of other platforms are not able to do, right? So very customizable, very versatile, strong moderation, I believe, for most of these. And yeah, it gives you a great way to monetize your secondary content if you're somebody who chooses to do that kind of thing. Patreon, great for artwork, things like that. Great for cosplay. Same thing with OnlyFans, technically, and so Close as well. So there's a lot of these pay for play, and it's starting to grow. And actually, honestly, consider creating those things. You don't even necessarily have to put, like I said, not safe for work content on there. You could do other content on there. The reason why I say you don't dismiss these platforms, especially things like OnlyFans, is because actually OnlyFans is the fastest growing social media platform outside of TikTok right now. So to immediately dismiss it is like not a good idea. It has its advantages. And you know me, GJC, I'm never gonna like hate on somebody else's game, right? How you grind and how you create and what you do on internet to make money and to create your stream and grow a stream is your business. So I don't think there's any like downside essentially, or any like it should not be dismissed just because these platforms are usually not safe for work. Still use these platforms. Consider using these pay for play kind of platforms. Finally, I think that about covers it. Wow, we went through that really fast. I didn't think it would be this fast, but we went through all those different platforms pretty fast. But yeah, it's just in conclusion, understand that when you stream now, you should actively look for opportunities to create second content, whether that's like a cool little clip, a funny little moment, of cool race, things like that. Use that clip button to start creating secondary content. Maybe you want to make cool music videos with fun, like looking aesthetically visualizing, pleasing videos and things like that. That's something else you could put on stream, right? All these different things, you essentially have to start thinking about while you're streaming, what can I take and work smarter but not harder, right? What can I do while I'm streaming? What are the opportunities that I have and the moments that I have that I can easily take and put on these secondary platforms? And don't forget that your second goal, other than driving traffic through to your own Twitch stream, is more interaction with your community, more interaction with the Marbles community at large, more interaction with people in the Twitch community at large, outside of Twitch itself. Because like I said, Twitch, terrible discovery. So we all need to push on all these other different platforms in order to grow the game and also to grow your own stream. I think that covers it. We're gonna go over the Marble events of the week. First, this guy. This guy. You guys know who that is? Spoo! Spoo every single Monday morning around, I believe, 10 a.m. Eastern. Spoo does Raw talk show with about marbles. Usually he has a guest. This week it was Enders. He's going to be rotating guests. I was a guest previously, but usually it's going to be 1 week Pixel, 1 week somebody else in the community, and then 1 week Pixel. So they're going to rotate people. Pixel's going to rotate in and out, but usually it's always hosted by Spoo, and he'll be now having rotating guests occasionally as well. So make sure you check that out every Monday. Raw Talk. Record Hunters, new Record Hunter poster. Obviously, it is our dear friend Shenza Baxcast. Make sure you guys check them out every single week. Monday afternoon, break a record, win prizes. It's that easy. I believe it's at 2, right? Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern every single week. So, Record Hunters, make sure you check it out. Every Monday for stream, the Marbles Update, featuring yours truly, GJC. Regular talk show, you're here. This is it, Marbles Update. Every week we talk about something Marbles related. And I think next week we're going to cover track building. I'm going to go over com keys and how to use com keys in track building, and we'll go over all the different pieces that have com keys. So make sure you're here. Warrior Wednesday every single Wednesday on FinalRossBattle's channel. Battle Royales for pixel by pixel coins. Actually, it's not for pixel by pixel coins anymore. This is kind of dated. It's for those special drops. It's towards the loot chest now. You remember last season they brought in loot chests that had special tournament prizes in them? You can now earn those things in Warrior Wednesday. I need to get Ross's new poster if he has a new one. So make sure you check it out, 3 p.m. every Wednesday. New sponsored event that's on the calendar, I believe, is the... Here, let me show you. It's the new event is the Major League Tilt, hosted by Jarumba from 4 on Wednesdays. Oh no, this is on Thursday, sorry. Yeah, so Thursday now you have Jarumba with Major League Tilts. It was going to be, for this Thursday, it's going to be 4 to 7:30 p.m. It's a tilt event hosted by Jarumba. I'm going to see if I can get a poster. I talked to him. Maybe if he has one this week, in the next couple of days, I can put it out. But it's a new sponsored event. There's a bunch of rules and signups. You could definitely check out and reach out to Jarumba as far as how it works. But the info can be found in the Marbles calendar as well. But like I said, feel free, I think, to reach out to him if you're interested. But make sure you guys check that out. Starting at 4 p.m. Thursday. And it's going to be every week now. Every Thursday at 4 p.m. So keep an eye out. Thirsty for Taylor Thursday. Every single Thursday on this channel, all Grand Prix winners get booze money sent to their PayPal account. Don't forget. It's lots of fun. This week in April 8th, also on Thursday, Z Carmela is going to be doing a 24-hour event celebrating her 3-year Twitch anniversary. Make sure you're there to help celebrate with her. Bring in another wonderful year of Marbles with Z Carmela. Final Ross Battle. Zombie run every single Friday. prizes given to whoever stays alive the longest. Another weekly event you should be checking out. I believe it's at 3 p.m. Eastern every single Friday. Also on Fridays, this handsome bug, spend your Fridays with Spoo Town and Spoo. Things like money marbles and just a good time with him in general. Look at that handsome mug. You don't want to miss out. Every Friday night in Spoo Town with Spoo. Also Fridays, of course, the pizza tournament on this channel every Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Play for a chance to win pizza from Lou Malnati's Pizza. The winner spins the wheel that we have, and you could actually win things on top of the pizza. You can win cheesecake, popcorn, cookies, hot dogs / sausage kits. It's awesome. So make sure you're there. Custom and Yusuf, Twisted Showdown. Twisted Tilted Showdown, sorry. Twisted Tilted Showdown. Every single Saturday with Yusuf. Make sure you check it out. I'm not sure who the guest is this week, but Saturdays at 3 p.m. is usually when Yusuf does this. Actually, Yusuf sent me a t-shirt. For being in there for 3 weeks last season. Pretty cool, huh? It's backwards, I know, because my cam's mirrored, but I got some merch. Also Saturday, Marble 500. MSLA, the first MSLA race of the season. Make sure you're there. For now, I believe Enders told me, for now it's going to be on Enders' channel, but in the future we might switch it up to the MSLA racing channel. This Saturday, April 10th, 1 p.m. on Enders World channel. 500 races, first race of MSLA for season 2. Make sure you're there to support. See. Also Saturday, April 10th, Plur stream, hosted by Standard Damage, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern, raising money to help support Humane Society. And I believe special marble skins will be given out as well. Wonderful cause. Make sure you're there. Of course, the Plur stream's always a beautiful spectacle hosted by Standard Damage. Also for Humane Society, Monday, April 12th, Nomad Warriors hosting an event. 32 races, random stream code giveaways, and a mystery giveaway. Ooh. So starting at April 12th, Monday, April 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern, Nomad Warrior is also going to be doing a charity stream with some prizes given out and also raising money for the Humane Society. Great causes for all our animal lovers out there. And then finally, April 15th, Meet and Beat. D3 Dex submain versus GJC327. That's me. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's a fun little kind of a 3-stream event that we're going to be having. We're going to do kind of an interview style, get to know each other's communities, things like that. Great for, we're probably also going to have prizes given out, so keep an eye out. More details to come in the future. But I'm excited. I'm very flattered to be invited to join submain and D3 Dex for this event. And I think that's it. I think that's it for our episode today. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. I didn't really expect any of you guys to, I didn't expect that much kind of today, but I really appreciate you all being here. Hope you learned something about using social media.